So, will Chelsea get relegated? So, this Chelsea team has fallen apart since the season started. Their last win was on the 11th of March, 1 month ago. Their last win was on the 11th of March. The Madueke goal from last night's match will probably be their goal of the season. And their team is probably championship standard right now. Because the games they're playing, they've got 4 games left. They play Bournemouth next, and I actually expect Bournemouth to win that because of how bad Chelsea are playing at the minute. And it's not really, I wouldn't say it's Frank Lampard's fault. It's partially his fault because, he's not it's partially his fault because he's the manager, but he did come to this club when it was in a mess. I think Graham Potter left it in a mess. There's too many players in the squad, and could Lampard actually be sacked before the end of the season? It's probably very unlikely to happen, but Lampard is interim manager until the end of the season, and I think they could be doing a Man United. The season before this season, Man United were atrocious. They weren't in relegation form though. Chelsea have lost their last 6 matches with Frank Lampard. They haven't got a goal in their last 4. Chelsea are an atrocious team. I thought they were starting to kick on a bit when they were winning games against Leicester, and they'd won against Dortmund in the Champions League, which nobody expected. I thought they were starting to kick on, but then it all went to crap again, and back at square one. And bringing Frank Lampard in has done no better for Chelsea. I think sacking Tuchel was a mistake because they didn't have a bad pre-season, and they did not have a bad pre-season. But then Tuchel lost his first 4 games. Todd Bowley had a tantrum, so we sacked him. I am convinced Todd Bowley does not know what he's doing. I'm convinced Todd Bowley does not know what he's doing at that club. He said Chelsea would win 3-0 against Real Madrid. You've not won a game in 4 games. And Real Madrid are second in La Liga. 3-0! They didn't even score a goal, let alone win 3-0. He does not have a clue what he's doing. I'm convinced Todd Bowley does not have a clue what he's doing at that club. He shouldn't be at that club. He's making Chelsea a wreckage. Chelsea now, Chelsea 2 seasons ago had won the World Cup, Club World Cup, the Champions League, could have won the Premier League. They had the best squad in the world. They had Thiago Silva, who is one of the best centre-back midfielders in the world. They had other players. They bought Ben Chilwell in. This season, they bought Enzo Fernandez in. They bought João Felix in, and that still hasn't resolved their issues. At one point, they were having a better season than Liverpool were. And I don't know what has gone wrong this season. They had a 3-0 battering at the start of the season to Leeds, and obviously losing 3-0 alone to Leeds just isn't good enough. This is relegation form that Chelsea have. They have now lost their last 5 games. The last 5 games they have lost. They lost to Brentford, they lost to Wolves, they've lost to Wolves. They lost to Brighton 2-1 when they were 1-0 up. They can't win. They've forgotten how to win. They can't draw any games. They can't even draw any games. I can't remember the last time they won a game. After the 11th of March. The last time they won a game was probably after they won to Leicester, which was, I think, when they won to Dortmund. That was the last time I think they won a game. That was over a month ago. We are now in May. The season ends in about 4 weeks. And this is the form that Frank Lampard has got at the minute. He's having to... it's not necessarily Frank Lampard's fault. But I don't think being a manager is... I don't think he suits being a manager. He's not a good football manager. He is not a good manager. Being a manager is not working for Frank Lampard. And I thought maybe he would resolve the issues at Chelsea when he went there. But no, it's got even worse. And I'll tell you why it's got even worse. Because the players... He played Raheem Sterling last night. He played Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He hasn't played in about 3 months. He played Aubameyang. Aubameyang got 3 touches on the ball. 3 touches the whole game. And he subbed him off at half time. At half time. He only lasted 45 minutes. He had 3 touches on the ball. What? If you're gonna want to win games, why are you playing Aubameyang for starters? Why are you playing Aubameyang? Why are you playing Aubameyang? He's an Arsenal reject. He was doing good at Barcelona, then he signed for Chelsea. He's going to be a Chelsea reject now. He already is a Chelsea reject. He's not going to play for Chelsea again. Why are you playing Aubameyang when... I mean, Kai Havertz isn't fully fit. But credit due to Kai Havertz. He's got most of Chelsea's goals this season. But still not good enough. They bought players hoping that they would improve this squad. Enzo Fernandez, he's probably been their best player this season. I mean, Mikhail Mudryk had lasers shone in his eyes last night. So, you know. But that is no excuse for losing a game. They were already 3-0 down in the first half. They were 3-0 down in the first half. Wesley Fofana is not a good defender. Wesley Fofana is not a good defender. He just stood there and let Jesus score the 3rd goal. He was just stood there. He didn't do anything. Ben Chilwell just let Martin Odegaard score the 2nd goal. He didn't move it or anything. Ben Chilwell just stood there for the 2nd goal. It's a shambles. Chelsea are a complete shambles. And if I'm honest, they could get relegated. Because it's getting to the point where Chelsea might get relegated. And if they do, I will not be one bit surprised because of how bad they've done this season. I will not be one bit surprised. Because Chelsea are an utter shambles. And, yeah, maybe it's because they've had 2 managers sacked this season. But it still doesn't excuse how bad they've been. They've just been so bad. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, which means like and subscribe. And I will see you, and turn post notifications on. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.